Do you know this is weird for me because like I think we're just rolling anyway,
Yeah.
but this is weird to me because I haven't had that many face to face interviews since coming out of lockdown. I've probably
Yeah.
had about two, and every single occasion it's just been like, am I supposed to even be here? Like, I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
at home.
It feels
Like,
mad.
yeah. I mean, it's good to see you, bro.
And you, my brother.
Yeah, man. How you, I mean, like, how you been keeping? Like, I mean, how are you generally at the moment, man?
Um, do you know what? At the very moment, at this very present time, I'm okay. I'm positive. I'm optimistic. There have been times, like over the last like year and the last year that we've had, that it's been a little bit sketchy. It's like, yo, what the hell is going on? What am I doing? Like, where am I going next? You know what I mean? It's been like that. It's been very up in the air, very sketchy, very unsure. You know what I mean? But I think at the present moment right now, like as of lately, I've really been on my graft and really trying to pattern up things in my own life, personally, and also
Mm,
quite professionally as well.
yeah.
And so I feel like I'm in a good space at the moment. I feel like I'm in a different space, a
Mm,
transitional space, but that's all good because I know, you know what it is. I was saying to someone the other day. I was saying, do you know what? Like the work has been done in it. Like
mm,
I've done the work. Um, Things have been shown. The CV is as it should be. It could always be better, but it is
mm,
as it should be. So now it's about taking the CV and utilizing it. So
mm,
whereas before I was very worried, I was like, but you know what? Look, Roach. I call myself Roach. Everyone calls me Roach. I was like, Roach, look, you've worked hard.
mm.
There's things there that are on you that I've done. My ability has been proven. So even if something is not happening right now, it's only a matter of time before I connect the dots
Mm.
or I put myself in a position to make those next stages happen. So right now I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I'm doing certain things, I'm opening up into new areas,
Mm.
and new ventures, and I'm just being optimistic. Like I have to have faith in what I can do and who I am, and it's kind of giving me a little bit of balance at the moment. So I'm cool. I'm nice. I'm alright.
And it seems like you're nice
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean I got to give you your props,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Because like I've known you on and off like, for years
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
and I can't remember. It was one of the times I remember that I think it was WhatsApp TV launch party. I
Yeah.
think it was, and you and Ramel were there,
Yeah, man.
and Neha was there, and then she was the introducing factor to the team. Because I
Yes.
know I've known Neha for
That's my
years.
sis, man.
Oh man, she's my sister in as well.
Yeah.
I've known her for a long time, man. I feel like she's the only true like female friend that I have in this
Oh,
industry.
bless
I
her.
feel that not in life in general as
Yeah.
well. Because normally I have like good friends as like Mandem most
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
time,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like with Neha, she's like one of my close female friends. But I digress. Like the point of me seeing you like all these years in the industry and stuff, and I just appreciate the fact that you take time out to speak to me.
Yeah.
Like it sounds weird me saying it because obviously we speak like brethren,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
just the fact that because we've done so much in the industry in the
Yeah.
past like 8 or 10 years or
Whew.
however long you want to
Jeez.
call it,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that every time that I'm at an event and I see people, even though I don't see them for a long time,
Yeah.
for people to take their time out to come speak to me, I feel it's like almost like an honor, but it shouldn't have to be because
Yeah.
it's like, you know what I mean? It's just I know you anyway.
Well, to be honest, in this industry, it kind of is because for some
Yeah.
reason, some people, like, they might spend, like, say how we're doing now, like an intense amount of time with you, like now, and then you might see them again and they act like they don't know or remember you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it shouldn't be something that's special, but unfortunately it is because unfortunately we're in an industry where there's a lot of fickle behavior. You know
Mm.
what I mean? People act brand new, or people maybe get to a new stage in their career and therefore they now see you as maybe beneath that or something. I don't know what they think, but it happens a lot, man. So I know where you're coming from, because even when it comes to me, when I think about myself, there's only probably a few relationships, like genuine relationships that I have in this industry, like proper genuine, where I'll even go and spend time with them outside of whatever industry.
I hear you.
Do you know what I mean?
I
There's
hear
only a
you.
few of those relationships, and I'm thankful for them. But I also understand maybe why some of the other relationships are not like that. I get it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? People are trying to get ahead, bro. I mean, you got to remember, you're in an industry where everyone's trying to beat everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a competitive
yeah,
market.
everyone's trying to, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll smile with you, we'll spend time, but ultimately, I want to do better than you.
Yeah,
If,
yeah,
if
yeah,
there's an
for sure.
opportunity that comes, I want it, and I don't want you to get it.
Yeah.
You know what
But
I
then
mean?
but then what I will say on that is that there are people that are in the industry but maybe doing different things, so our goals are not always the same.
That's true.
Because obviously you being a presenter and a TV host, and obviously for me, like, I mean, I've got a mic on me right now, but most of the time I'm behind the camera
Yeah,
or editing. So our goals are not going to be the same,
yeah,
even though both of us are thinking like we want to be better in our crafts.
Yeah.
But then as a whole, as an industry, of course, I get what you're saying. Is like, I want to be better than you, regardless of what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. It's like, and I think that seeps into relationships. I think, yeah, I might even like you, but ultimately, my whole premise or motivation for me even being in this event or wherever the place is for me to better myself.
True.
And that's fair. That's fair. Whereas for me, like, of course, I want to better myself as well, but bro, I'm a genuine person, bro. Like, I genuinely want to see you win. I genuinely want to have a conversation. I would genuinely like to connect, not because I'm trying to get something from you. Like, there's people as well who I'm friends with and stuff who could probably do things for me or help me in some sort of way. I don't ask for anything, and that's probably why we have friendships, because they know that I'm never going to be the person to ask for anything.
Yeah.
The only thing that I might ask you for is, look, I'm trying to do like I'm filming something, or I'm doing it. I want you for an interview.
As like
You
to
know what
push
I mean?
that out and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I might ask my, and even then I might not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing that I would possibly even ask anybody for, because like, and that's because I want to make quality content.
Right.
Or maybe it's part of a documentary that I'm doing that has a really important premise.
Hmm.
I wouldn't call nobody for no bullshit. Can I swear?
Yeah. It's
I wouldn't-
open field.
I
Open
wouldn't
field.
call anybody for any for any BS. So that's just me. But I guess that's why maybe to some people I'm a bit of an anomaly, because I don't think people are maybe just used to that kind of straightforward nature. But I think I've always been like that because my background has been like that. I didn't come into this industry from like a drama school or, you know, from some sort of setup. I came in from, you know, like a streets background. Like,
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that
yeah.
because, I mean, obviously, what it seems like to me from your career is that you're self-sufficient.
Yeah.
You're able to do your own crafts, like build together for all the documentaries you made, and obviously North Weasley Stand Up. That's where
100%.
you grew up. Like, did that have a play on effect as far as the environment? I was going to ask you this later on, but did that have a play on effect as far as the environment that you were in? And for you to then decide that you wanted to take a positive lane in your life, because obviously the sort of documentaries you make are, ironically, the people that you interview, the people that you speak to, are going down the sort of wrong path, and I guess you kind of foresee it. Would that be true to say on your behalf?
Yeah, and I think where I'm from has directly informed who I am and how I approach the industry that I'm in. So, first point I'll make is that I guess where I'm from was kind of like a difficulty at first within the industry, because I came from a background where it was very like, if you show love to someone, that was genuine. But I had to quickly understand that some people in this industry might hug me or, you know, hail me up publicly, but then maybe speak badly about me privately, or, you know, act like they like me when they see me, but actually don't like me at all. And I had to kind of understand that really quickly, because it was a bit confusing at first, because I could tell the energies were off.
Yeah.
But what people were saying wasn't matching the energies, and I was just completely confused because I didn't come from that kind of background.
Right.
If there was someone that I didn't like in the background that I come from, we probably just wouldn't speak.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
So
I'm not
so
gonna-
rather than go into
Yeah.
anything, just
Yeah,
just go part ways and crack on. Yeah.
So like coming from that kind of background where like it was a lot more authenticity and action, and in personality, I had to understand that I was in an industry where there was going to be a lot of bravado and fakery, and I had to quickly understand that not everybody, but for the most part, you know what I mean? Because like I say to you, it's a very competitive industry, and like, so people will smile, but then really and truly like, yo, F him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, fuck him. I'm gonna
yeah.
step on his toes.
and then speaking about what I've gone into, like, so when I was doing the SPTV stuff and the celebrity interview stuff and all the fun stuff, I loved it. But then as I started to kind of like develop as a presenter and start to understand what I was doing and become more confident and start thinking about what I wanted to do independently or as an independent entity, I couldn't shake my I couldn't shake what I came from and what I really cared about. So some people might not know, but like outside of presenting, I'm actually a behaviour specialist. So I specialise in dealing with challenging behaviour in young adults.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I spent a lot of my time, even alongside when I've been presenting, working with young people who have got different type of behavioural conditions or sometimes even additional needs that affects their behaviour. And then also spent a lot of time with kids that would be seen as hard to teach or hard to reach.
Right.
And then obviously being from where I'm from and then also being in contact with like the young people, I'm like, yo, something needs to be done. And I've always been like, I want to do something where I can properly tell the story of what's happening, but then also show empathy, compassion, and an understanding, like a genealogy to what happens. I think a lot of times when it comes to the media and the news, it's like, yeah, boom, look, there's more of these young kids in the inner city killing. But do we speak about the genealogy? Do we speak about how this is, how it's not saying that the genealogy justifies why they're killing, but there's always cause and effect. Like when you look into the story or something, you might sometimes see that there's, you know, a misguided young person. There might be a person who hasn't received compassion, empathy, love from a parent due to whatever situation. Sometimes you see that there has been issues that have been inherited by young people. Or sometimes you see young people have been forced into to being part of this, and you know what I mean. There's so many different kind of aspects to what happens, and I felt like I want to make sure that the true story is being told, and so that put me on a path of doing documentaries, and that's a direct result of where I'm from and me seeing. I met I know loads of good people, good, like their nature, like fundamentally is good, but they've done some bad things. What do you take? Do you take the bad things that the person's done as a descriptor or identifier for who they are, or do you take who they are fundamentally as a person as an identifier who they are? A lot of times you don't.
I mean, obviously, you being a behavioural specialist, you know, for me, and maybe just in a general scope, like a society as overall, sometimes it's hard for us to pick up, like, you know, the smaller the good side of a person, where we always react to always the negatives. How do you find the distinction in, you know, seeing that goodness in that person, even though the lifestyle they've led is so much overpowered by the badness that's been created on their lives, essentially?
Because I speak to people on a human level.
Right.
Like, I remember I went to a jail in Kent, just to do a talk there. And I remember, like, they said, we're going to introduce you to some of the prisoners as well. They were younger though. It was like what's it called? Like an STP, which is like a sort of like a youth jail, but a bit different. And I told them straight, look, I don't want to know what anybody's crimes are. I just want to meet the people and take them on face value and meet them as human beings. Because I think sometimes when you know the story behind someone, especially when it's a criminal, or someone that's not criminal, but someone that's done a crime, because just because you've done a crime doesn't mean you're a criminal. It could be reasons and issues in that situation. But anyway, when you meet someone, if you know what they've done or you know too much of their background, you automatically start to form an opinion.
Right.
What was really interesting about that trip is that when I left now and then I found out what the different crimes were of the different people I spoke to, the ones who I connected with most and really had some enjoyable conversations, interactions were actually those in there for murder. So it goes to show you, when we take people on a human level, speak to them on a human level, you'd be surprised to know how you can connect. So when it comes to what you're saying about in terms of how do I take the fundamental, maybe positive or goodness in someone and see that as opposed to whatever behavior that they might be displaying or how they're known, I speak to people on a human level, bro. Like, I'm not judgmental. I'm not here to judge you.
Yeah.
I might understand that something that you've done is not fitting within my acceptable behaviors or my acceptable way of being, but I will always speak to a person on a human level. And even when like I said, I specialize in young people, young adults. When I speak to them on a level. I think a lot of time when people speak to young people, young adults, they speak down to them. Don't do that. These young people are really perceptive, sometimes impressively perceptive and cognitive. Like, I speak to them on a level. Like, even if they're doing something wrong, I'll be like, so why did you do that? I'm gonna be like, why are you doing that? No, it's not gonna work. But why did you do that? Just explain to me why. I don't get it.
Yeah. Do you think it's also a generational thing as well? Because, like, you know, maybe parents that, you know, for example, if there's certain things that I've done that my mum's very, like, you know, straight to the point, don't do that because, you know what I mean, that'll be bad for you. But then how would you know that I'm the one that's living my life doing that? So it might not be as bad as what parents will make out to be.
Yeah.
Do you think it might be a generational thing as well?
Yeah, there's definitely generational differences and generational problems. Like, I feel like even between, like, me and my parents, how we would raise a child, you know what I mean? There's like, there'll be arguments and differences, you know what I mean? Because it's a good thing in a sense, because as generations go, we're supposed to improve, right? We're supposed to use what was given to us or what was used for us and try to improve upon that.
Yeah.
So if you are getting into a conflict over the way that you see things, it's a good thing, because it means that maybe your parents done a good job, because they've informed you in a way enough that you've now taken that information and you've taken and gone and seek your own information, and you found innovative ways to do things. So I think sometimes those conflicts between generations can actually show a job well done, because we're all evolving, and that evolution will sometimes lead to a difference of opinions.
Wow. I mean, I didn't even think of it like that, because obviously, like with my mum, it's like there's always different forms of opinions. Like we're very similar in like sort of the age gap, because my mum is a younger mum. Like she had me when she was 17.
Big up, mum.
So from the times of her being a young adult and me being a teenager, we kind of connected and further connected as we went along. And I think as time has gone on, like there's a lot of things she don't agree with me on certain things, but she will respect me enough to make my own choices, whether they're right or wrong, as long as I know in my heart that, Mum, I'm not doing anything bad from what you're suggesting. You know, I thought one time when I was when I dyed my hair, like in the course of last year, I dyed my hair blonde. I thought, if the world goes tits up, I thought, let me just try something different. I thought, you know what, might as well just give it a try. You know what I mean? I thought, let me just experiment. And then me in the back end thinking, what is Mum going to think? Because I just done this, and it's just like, there's no turning back. So I thought, I went to, cause she wanted me to get some shirts from Primark, sort it out, blah, blah, blah. Came home now, and I thought like, let's give you the shirts, blah, blah, blah. And she said, oh yeah, take your hat off because I need to see something in your hair. Showed it. I was like, She was like, and she surprised me because she said like, I would have gone for a different color, but you know what? That actually kind of suits you, you know. And it was just my expectation of her thinking that things would be bad. So I guess it depends on what you were saying about, you know, different behaviors would lead into how, you know, maybe people being brought up in certain ways, but analyzing how it is. So I don't know. I guess it's different for different people.
It is. And like, you know, after telling me that story, it reminds me of a story that my grandma, rest in peace, back in Barbados. I remember one time when I went back to Barbados, and these times I had cane rows. Yeah,
I could not imagine you with cane rows.
Yeah,
it's always that story. People will have cane rows in the early days, and then no one would be recognizable without it.
Yeah. You know, I had cane rows, and I remember like my grandma was like a staunch Christian, like very, very deep in it. Well, she was, rest in peace, Gran. I miss you. So she was like very on the traditionalisms of how things should be. And I remember she seen me now. I think I had a hat on as well. And then I took off my hat. She's like, oh my God. Oh my Lord. She goes, and then she goes, like, well, you know what? You is my grandson and I claim you. And I was like, "Raw, that was deep." Because what she was saying, and that's a kind of like a church terminology. What she was saying there is that, like, okay, this is mad, but you're my grandson, and I claim you. So I still, regardless of
what shit you do,
you're my grandson, and, and I love you, and you are of me, you are mine. You know what I mean? And so that was a nice, beautiful, you know what I mean? It was beautiful, bro. Like, you know what I mean? My grandma did a few things like that. She was a very deep soul, and so, you know, I think sometimes in life, acceptance can come at the most unexpected time and places. I think it's all about us just being honest with each other, man. And I think acceptance is an important thing. Tolerance and acceptance. Like, there's things that happen around me that I do not agree with, or I would not do. But that's not for me to cast that person or those people out. Tolerance, man. Like, we're supposed to be different. You know, there's supposed to be differences. Appreciate difference. And because someone's different to you and they do something that you don't like, don't mean you have to ostracize it. You know what I mean? Allow people to live as they are. And that goes across the board. Equality needs to be across the board, not just racially. It needs to be sexually. It needs to be, when I say sexually, I mean sexual preference. I mean also sex is in men and women.
Yeah.
I can't pick and choose my equality. Yes, I'm a black man, and as a black man, that's a priority in terms of my quest for equality. But equality has to be across the board for everybody as well. Like, I can't just want for a black and white and black and everybody else to be equal, but then I want gays to be treated badly and to be ostracized. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. They deserve equality as well.
Well, I mean, speaking of appreciation, like, I mean, I can appreciate your drip constantly, constantly, always on the gram. When you're not constantly on it, when you do put a picture up, it's always like, I don't know, the drip is just like. It accentuates everything. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, it's so Like, you don't have to do much, but the
Yeah.
drip is strong.
God bless. Do you know what it is, bro? That's Northwest again. You know, you see growing up in Northwest, bro. Like I remember in the estate, bottom of my road, the estates. Yeah, we used to chill in the estates, bro. If you came to the block, yeah, and you had anything funny on, bro. I remember there was someone who had. What did he have on? I think he might have had some bug crep. We call them bug. Bug means
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I know what it means.
bug
It's like
crepes,
some mad crepes. Yeah.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, bro, I remember it was like the sun was shining when the man them started on him. And I remember they were still going and the sun went down, bro. This guy was getting it all day. And that's how the hood was. If you had anything kind of weird, like you would be getting it. And it was all jokes, but you know, obviously you don't want to be that one that's getting it. And so I think, and also as well, like Northwest, they always had swag, man. I remember I used to like associate with the older boys and like they had money for whatever reasons. And we would go to places like Crisscross and Probitos and even Baron John. And like these are the places where you buy like the brand
I know about
names.
Baron
Like,
John,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was the
like,
one, yeah.
yeah, like you'd get the Machinos and the Versace's and the Valentinos and the Iceberg Histories and you know what I mean? So like not that it's all about labels, but it was all about making sure you dress neat and nice.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's even into me now. Because the thing is, you talk about drip here, but I'm gonna be real honest with everybody. Yeah, a lot of my drip that you see is Primark, bro.
Do you know what?
Yeah, no, it's Primark.
Do you know
because-
what? I got to honestly
Yeah.
respect you for that because
Yeah.
half of my shit is Primark.
Bro, because I work quite closely with Primark, yeah. So like when I'm doing events and stuff, and when I've got places to be, like Primark will be someone who really like take care of me and sponsor me for certain things that I'm doing. Even like, where did I go recently? Actually, no, that was ASOS. I tell a lie. ASOS put me in a suit for the Brits. But a lot of the
I was
times,
gonna ask about
yeah,
the suit because
yeah.
the suit looked fly,
Yeah,
bro.
the blazer was cold.
Cold.
Big up ASOS, man.
Yeah.
They took care of man. But a lot of time, yeah, bro, it's just like I got a good relationship with Primark and I've got quite a good relationship with ASOS. And like, so I try to tell people, bro, like, give me £100 or even less than £100. I could make you look like
Yeah.
like a like $1 million.
You sound like my mum, yeah. How
Yeah.
she used to always say to me, I could dress men well.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You don't
Like,
need to be spending all these. I see these guys spending like 1,200 on the jeans and like 1,800 on the
on the
jumper.
Miris and fucking Valentinos that
you-
cost
You
500
don't
and
need
all
to
that sort
do
of stuff.
And the worst
yeah.
part is, and maybe in about 4 or 5 years, those things are going to be dated. And you've spent like what £5,000 on a one outfit. Come on, man. Put that £5,000 down and put it towards something that's worth something, man.
Yeah. So I mean, how do you look at yourself as like? Because it seems like you don't go above your means. So it says, but at the same time, it sounds like you can make yourself work on a budget. Like,
Yeah, man.
is that how you look at it?
Yeah, I could make myself work on the budget, but at the same time, sometimes you have those times when you just want to get a little, you want to.
I mean, obviously, man's coming with Hoodrich right now, so
But-
obviously,
but
you know the ones there.
That's my
like,
people. That's my
it's
people.
true story
Like,
though.
big up Jay. Like I met Jay when he was just a young man with an idea. Like I met him through my best friend who's now he's now dead. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Sai, for life. And he connected me and Jay because he met Jay in Jamaica on a holiday, and then he was like, "Look, you need to meet my friend Aaron. Like these times, I was just like a little up and coming kind of like that little."
How long ago was this then?
Well, my friend's been dead for about 4 years now, at least.
Wow.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So this might have been like maybe over 6-7 years ago.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Before anyone knew what Hoodrich was. But I told him straight when I met him, he's from Birmingham. He's like, "Yo, I want to think to start this little clothing brand." I said, "Bro, whatever you do, I'm willing to back you." I remember he had this little event in London. He's not from like, he's from Birmingham. I remember like Mist was there, Mo Stack was there, but that was before they were kind of like Mist and Mo Stack.
as you know them now,
And
yeah.
I was just like, yeah, well done, man. He had like, the event looked proper, but that's how I knew this guy is different than Tutus. I start seeing him getting stocked in like Foot Asylum and JD, and now he's everywhere. I seen 50 Cent wearing it, and I was like, bro, that's mad. So when I did the 50 Cent and when I did the Ice Cube and Kevin Hart interview in the cab, if you pay attention, you see that I was wearing a Hoodrich cap turned backwards.
That's right.
I also played a game where I had this tin that I called the Ice Cube because obviously
Yeah, I remember you did that.
So I called it the Heart Cube.
Yeah.
Heart and Cube, Ice Cube and Kevin Hart.
Was that around about was it around about a similar time? I think it was like a year or two before or after that that you met Mila J. Was that through SB?
Around the same time.
Was that around the same time? Yeah.
Mila J. Yeah. And then so with that cube that I had, I put a Hoodrich sticker across it as well. because I knew that the camera would be looking at it. So, bro, I was trying to push Hoodrich.
Right. So you were really putting it out there, yeah.
And even in the interview as well, I also told I put a lyric by Nines in the box, and then like
so you did
Kevin Hart was
yeah.
Kevin Hart was like, "What? It sound like Nines does drugs." You know what I mean? I was making viral moments before virality was a thing, and that's why like I'm not trying to get I'm not Soldier Boy. I'm not trying to be the first. I was the first rapper.
I was actually watching Sneaker Shopping yesterday on our complex, and he was saying I was first on every.
But he was.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy was first to do
on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
But I'm not trying to be like that. What I'm trying to say is you can clock my intention from early. Like,
I got snapped fingers for that one. I
was always trying to help other people get a platform. It's very important to me. Like even like today, I'm doing something for the BBC about black business, and my producer, not today, yesterday she phoned me and she was saying to me like, oh, so like tell me about, and I was saying, listen, this is not new to me. Like I've been trying to provide a platform for black businesses and black entrepreneurs from Wade. It's been a massive premise of what I've done and who I am from day one. This is not a documentary that I'm doing. I'm just for the sake of it to try and jump on some sort of wave. I've been doing this.
Yeah, you have been doing
Go
this.
through my timeline. Yeah. Like even personalities.
Yeah.
People like Maya Jama, people like Cheyenne David, who we know now as Snoochie Shy. Bro, I was pushing their content on my Twitter and stuff and whatever platform I had, saying people, look at these people, these guys. Like I thought Cheyenne was hilarious. Maya too. Like I met these people very, very young, and it's very important for me to do that, and I will still do it now. You know what I mean? Like look over. If you're looking at me, well, why are you looking at me? Look over here. Look at this. Look at that. This is really cool. This person's really talented. Yeah. This person's really working hard.
Yeah, they're putting in their work from early.
Yeah, but it's not about me.
Yeah,
I'm simply a conduit.
Yeah,
I'm a conduit. Like I'm just simply a way and a means of. I'm a cog in the overall machine, but me as a cog needs to make sure that I'm working so that you know how cogs work, innit? You got a cog.
Yeah.
If that cog don't work, these cogs here can't work as well.
It stops.
So it's very important to me to make sure that I keep moving these cogs so that the rest of these cogs, and hopefully after this cog dies or this cog is not working, you know
the other cogs can follow through.
100%.
Blood. I mean, we haven't even got into the crutches and everything else, but this I'm really digging because this is what I've learned through the past year and a half. Yeah. Like I'm not even a presenter, but the way I look at conversations is I can go deep, like more deeper than I ever thought I would do prior to COVID, where a lot of times you'd have like press days, 15 minutes, you're done, out the door.
Yep.
There have been times like I've spoken with artists in the past year, I'm there for an hour and a half, like just chopping it. But the thing is with me is I like to always like we figured it as a conversation. Like it is an interview, but it's a conversation.
100%.
And that's one of the main things I've learned is just like to fully understand how a person operates, how a person works, and obviously even just understanding now that you've been the cog for, you know, certain people's, like I wouldn't say careers as such, but like the push to say, look at these people here, look at what they're doing from early, and you seem to be like that support mechanism for, you know, people that you've seen from early and now their careers are blown up. Yeah, bro. I mean, even Getz, like a good friend of yours.
Bro, yeah, man. Like, bro, like I always tell Getz, it's like it's mad. Like I've gone from a fan to I'm still a fan, but a fan to a friend. Like it's a really interesting thing when you become friends with a person that you're a fan of. It's really interesting, but it's beautiful. And you know, Getz is one of the few people that like I've got genuine connections with. Like even in terms of this next stage of my life that I'm in right now, that you know of, Getz and Giggs are two people who both gave me sound advice, which is very interesting.
Giggs, I've been hearing a lot in terms of like people him giving advice. There was an artist I chat to called Litty Likes.
I know Litty.
And I think you're aware of him as well.
I know Litty. Yeah, that's my guy.
And he was telling me about, you know, the advice that he was giving him, like in, you know, working hard and obviously even bringing him to his studios and stuff like that. So I've seen how impactful their careers are to other people.
100%. Like, yeah, bro. Like, and we're thankful. You know what I mean? We're thankful, like, for you just to be able to like reach out a hand or even just a voice note, just to say like, yo, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Like with Giggs, more time it's like he kind of gives advice and they're telling off. He's like, why? Because the thing that I'm talking about, I was like, yo man, I'm a little bit I'm excited, but I'm scared. He's like, what are you scared for?
He's so blunt, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But it's good. It's good because
You need that.
it's appreciated. Not because it's just them, but it's also because they're older. They've been through similar things, and also I know you're busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know that I get busy, so I know you must be crazy times more busy. But you make the time, and it's appreciated.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, I've got to ask. Like, I mean, you've been watching the football, like the Euros.
Yeah.
I mean, break it down. Like, how you've been feeling from the whole thing. I mean, even like obviously the finals or what happened. Everyone knows what happened. Like, the penalties with Saka and Rashford and Sancho. Sorry, so much emotions going on from my head at the moment. For those three guys in particular, and obviously the backlash of what happened. Racist comments that put, and obviously this petition. I don't know why there was meant to be a petition in the first place for banning football fans to racist ones. So I mean, what's your perspective on it?
Well, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah,
I knew. No, I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not a psychic. But I knew before it happened what was gonna happen. Like I was ready for it all tournament. All it took for is one of the black players to like miss, and maybe we lose or something like that, and it was gonna happen. It's gonna happen, bro. Like we know what it is, which is also why I was getting into a massive not argument, but a massive debate with my friend about supporting England. I think this year is probably the first time that I have properly watched and kind of supported, because as the son of Caribbean migrants, so to speak, like I'm basically first generation in my family in this country. I'm very well aware of my position when it comes to this country, and also well aware of the fact of, I won't be seen as English. If I do something good, like if you like my show, oh, he's a lovely English guy, isn't he? But if I go and do something bad and get in trouble now, this
Belgian brother,
this
black
you
brother,
know
so
what I mean?
there's two polar opposites to the situation.
And I saw something on my brother Chucky's podcast, Halfcast. Big up Chucky and big up Savage Dan.
Big up Chucky every time, man.
Big up Dan. And Dan was saying something where he was saying something, and I really identified him. He was like, "Look, bro," he's like, "Bro, I can't lie." He's like, I support my play, which is what I do as well. Like my boys who play for my club, I support my guys, but he says I find it very hard to fully support England, not because I don't want to, but it's like, even like he said, when I see the England flag, something about it just kind of like it just makes me feel slightly uncomfortable. And I think it's because when you see it, it's kind you kind of feel when it's put up, you kind of feel straight away that it's almost like they're saying, yeah, this is us, but it's not you, kind of thing.
It's like we don't all fully identify.
Exactly. And I'm not quoting verbatim, so please forgive me if what I'm saying is not completely accurate to what he said, but I understood what he was saying. I've never really felt fully English. When I go back home, I realize how English I am. Like when I go back to my country, when I go back to
you're tourist.
I realize, but not even just that, just how my manner, like what I'm used to, my mannerisms, how I speak. Like I quickly realized that I'm actually more English than I realized.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that I've never really identified. I've never put English on my form. Never. I've always put Black, British, Caribbean.
Yeah, same for me. It's like white or Black Caribbean. I've always identified as that.
I've never really felt. I've never felt English, and I feel like so. Sorry, I'm digressing, but to get back to your point, bro, we know where we are. Like I worked in a job years ago where I became quite acquainted with a guy who was racist. Like he was a racist Millwall supporter. And he found it hard to kind of realize that we were kind of getting into a friendship or an acquaintance.
Yeah. So yeah.
Because, but then he would say stuff like, "Well, yeah, but you're a bit different, though, aren't you, Aaron? You know what I mean? You're different. You know what I mean? You're not like the rest of them." But,
Figures. Yeah.
But speaking to him was very eye opening. Because I remember he would like sorry, he wasn't a Millwall supporter, he was a Chelsea supporter.
Right.
I remember, and he would tell me, like, at the time Drogba was playing for them, like, if Drogba scored, they loved Drogba. But if Drogba missed, he was a fucking N-word.
And obviously that's translated even with the Euros,
Yeah. And so, to get back to your point, I'm not surprised. There will be nothing done. There will be no bans.
What do you think needs to be done though? Because if it becomes a thing that we're all almost accepting of, that's just how it is.
No, we're not accepting. I'm not saying that either.
Right.
But I'm saying that we do need to be aware of where we are.
Right.
And what this is. Like, this isn't new. And I think, I can't remember who the person was, but someone made a great point about, if you really want to correct this or change this, this is deeper. It's endemic. It's deeper. It's systemic. Like, the only way that this is going to change is if we change people in general from the core. Like, people, and I think, do you know what? What's quite interesting is happening, because even the grandchildren of racists, like Stormzy or something, do you know what I mean? And those medias of entertainment are tools to create acceptance, tolerance, and integration. So what I'm trying to say to you is, I think that we're going to start progressively seeing a less and less racist country. But if I'm really honest with you, it's not going to be at a stage where it's probably free of racism until maybe our children's great grandchildren.
Yeah. Because I think there's,
and
like,
even then, it's
yeah.
not going to be free. It'll just be a little bit more easier to navigate without having to have the racist tensions.
Because I always think that there's always, like, at this point, you know, the older generations, that if there are people that are, you know, full racist within, say, older generations, and obviously as time goes on, as you said, there will likely be less of it, but it's still, it won't be fully eradicated at this point.
And even if it did, what you would notice is, if we got rid of racism, what you would probably notice is that people would stop being racist, but then they'll start separating by something else.
There'll be something else that will come with it. Yeah,
it might be height. Now people might start discriminating.
Yeah,
through height.
But the thing is, I was just saying to you off camera, like, you know, even with dating apps, like a lot of the women that I've seen, like, put on their profiles, oh yeah, tall only, or if you're not 6 foot, swipe left, and that bollocks like that. So if it's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah, like, so there'll always be as humans, for some reason, we're innately predisposed to separatism. I don't know what it is, and that's why, like, I was saying to someone the other day, like, I used to like watching things like Big Brother, and people thought, like, why are you watching this trash TV? Even Love Island, to a certain extent.
To an extent, yeah.
But the reason why I would watch them is because I find human behaviour so interesting. In those shows, what you will find is there will always be cliques, and then there will always be conflicts. It doesn't matter what human beings you put into any situation. If you put them into an intense situation where they're spending time with each other and they're living together, there will always be conflicts, and there will always be separation. As humans, we are innately almost predisposed to separating ourselves in some way, and then through the separations having conflicts based on those separations. So to get back to your point, I'm going a bit deep now. It's a bit too deep. It's just like a sociology lesson. But what I'm trying to say, is that I'll be real with you, man. Like, there's been times when I thought maybe things are getting better, but bro, this is a racist world, and racist from both sides. Like, you know, some people say that black people can't be racist. We can be. Obviously, our racism doesn't run as deep because we do not have as much systemic control or systemic power in corporations in the world, in systems. But just us disliking somebody else because of what they are is a form of racism, bro.
Wow.
But I think the main problem we have is that systemically in the world, we still have a racist running of the world. Like, there's massive disparities still when it comes to how, say, us as black and Asian and, you know, ethnic minority people are, how much we're given, how much progression we are allowed, how much mobility is afforded to us. Even in my documentary that I'm doing right now, as a black business owner, you're 4 times more likely to be rejected for a business loan than anybody else.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Crazy. I mean, it's hard to even comprehend that.
Yeah, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, and there's numerous reasons. Some people might say it's because maybe they haven't got the financial collateral. Some people might say because maybe they haven't got as much financial literacy. But why is that? Once again, information is disseminated in a disparate way. I'm talking so deep. Information is given out in a way that is prejudice. So unless you are with certain people or part of certain people, you won't have access to certain information on those certain things, or sometimes even actually gain certain opportunities, because if you know these people, they can make things happen for you. You understand?
Wow.
That's how life is, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, in our industry.
Yeah.
If you're good friends with the head of Channel 4,
yeah,
you might be working at Channel 4 right now.
Afforded the opportunity,
and then you might be able to help other people get in there. And that's what happens when I work on these TV shows. A lot of times in the crew, in the crew. Sorry, there's a fly.
Yeah, yeah, we're not going mad here, just so you know. Yeah.
A lot of times in my team now, the person that might be the runner or just assisting on the project is the godson, the goddaughter, the niece, the nephew of someone that I'm working with, or the executive producer or something like that.
Wow.
Like nepotism is real,
Yeah.
which is why I keep saying to people we need less black tokenism and more black nepotism.
Yeah. I remember you were saying this on Tinch's podcast, saying
Yeah.
that we need more of that as
Yeah.
opposed to being tokened into
Yeah.
projects and going by merit as opposed to tokenism.
Yeah, exactly. We still need to have merit in it, but at the same time, if there's someone that you know, that if you have the ability to put someone forward for a position, and you know someone who's good at something, bro, do that. Like everyone else does it. Everyone uses nepotism. I'm not saying that everyone doesn't deserve their position, but people use nepotism to help people who they know can do something to get into position to do it.
Yeah.
We need to do more of that.
Yeah.
We don't need to be the only black in the company.
Yeah.
And feel proud of that for some strange reason.
Yeah, like hold it like it's a trophy.
We can be a black person and hear about something and say, do you know what? I know someone as well. It doesn't even need to be black. An ethnic minority person. Anyone who struggles to gain that opportunity.
Right.
You know what I mean? But maybe based on their class, their financial status, or where they're from. Let's utilize it.
Wow.
But I think primarily right now, I think as a black person, I'm focused on black people. So let's have more black nepotism. If I get into a position where I can choose my own director or someone else, I'm gonna say, Joe, are you free? Let's work, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's coming. I'm gonna be in a position to do so.
Yeah.
And I will be doing that.
Yeah.
It's important.
Wow.
But at the same time, if you are the recipient of a nepotism chance, make sure you kill it. Don't get lazy. Don't think because someone's bringing you in.
Don't get complacent. Yeah.
Because
you're in a position now, you don't have to worry so much.
Nah, B.
You have to keep putting the work in.
Do the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's build.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, I mean, this so many. This is what I enjoy when it comes to conversation, especially in the past year and a half. When there's always gems in the conversation, like I always like to, take, steal someone's like, sort of not ideas, but the ways that they've lived their lives and make it better for myself.
Yeah,
like one thing I've learned through the past year and a half, there was an interview that interviewer called Chris Van Vliet. He did an interview with John Cena, and one of the main key things that he put towards the whole thing was control the controllable. As in put what's in front of you. Like if you can't control what's already around you and you can't control that, control what your thoughts are and control what you can control in your life. And that's what I live by in my life. And obviously, like a lot of stuff that you've been telling me just now, like, with nepotism and bringing people in. And when we get the opportunity to bring something, don't just be lazy about it, keep working so that there is a reason why you are put into a position that you are.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because, bro, you need to understand, when you are the first or the only of someone to do something, everyone's judged on you. So for instance, like obviously we've seen other people do documentaries and stuff like that. We've seen Reggie, we've seen other black faces do documentaries, but I'm very aware of the fact of maybe a voice and a face like mine, which is maybe a bit more grassroots, a bit more, a bit more close to what we know as each other. Someone like me doing something, I'm very aware of the fact of I need to do this well. And that goes for everything. If I'm on a certain, I got put on like when Jeremy Vine was called The Right Stuff. Not often you see a man like me who are on the panel on The Right Stuff. I'm very aware of that, so I need to make sure that I put my best forward and my best foot forward and show myself to be an intellect, or to show myself to be someone who is deserving of being there, not just some token. We need
so that when they look at you, they're thinking, wow,
because after you've seen me now,
say
there's a Joel trying to do the same thing as well. They can more visualize Joel doing it because they've seen Aaron doing it. Whereas if Aaron did it not too well, I don't think we should give Joel a chance because remember Aaron did it and he wasn't that good, so I don't think Joel will be good either.
Yeah, and it'll be a struggle to even get on the show based on that.
Exactly. So it's like it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you know what I mean? God knows the kind of pressure that even So Solid and then Dizzy and even Stormzy have on their shoulders, because they know that every move needs to be perfect. Otherwise, that could be that could shun.
It's like that song, every breath you take, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
100%. They're watching us, bro. Like, and it's almost like they want to give us an opportunity. It's almost like even with like that's why some people were mad at Southgate. They felt like, right, you didn't play these boys all tournament, then you finally put them in an opportunity, and then you gave them an opportunity where they're not ready for because they haven't played enough, and you put all the pressure onto them, and then now when they miss, that's now a reason for you to say they're not ready or they're not good.
So that could potentially be like, say, I don't know, the next Euros or the World Cup. I'm not going to bring them into the penalties next time.
Yeah, or maybe not even put them in a team because remember what
Maybe.
they did, they're not ready.
Yeah.
But actually they are ready, but you should have been playing them.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into that. But
Yeah, no, I hear that. I mean, one thing that I noticed with you is that you know, when you came in, I thought like, are you more wench than last time I saw you? Like, yo, I was like, when I saw you last, I mean, he was already like built there, bro. Like, you was already built. And I thought like, yeah, cool. Like, I see that he's working in the gym, but bro, like, I mean, talk to me because. Like, I know you've always been, you know, working in the gym for a long time, and I know you've been like on the fit. Take me back to the first moment where the trigger happened for you as to say like, I need to go to the gym. I need to be aware of my health and fitness.
So I think when I was in uni, what was the reason why? It might have been that I felt like I was putting on a bit of weight, or it might have just been that I wanted to put on some size. I can't remember. I think maybe, do you know what it is? I've always struggled with the lower belly. It's always been a bit round. Not massively fat or round. It's probably the biggest at the moment it's ever been because it's mad because I look big, but you know what it is? I put on weight during lockdown as well. So the stomach is rounder than I would like it to be. But I'm getting it down, don't worry, I'm working on it as we speak. But anyway, so I was in uni. And and I remember I went to a gym. I was in Birmingham. I went to University of Birmingham. I went to a gym down there. And I remember the guys were like, "Yeah, so we're trying to do." I said, "I'm just trying to pick up some size and get a bit stronger." They're like, "All right, blood. Here's what you need to do. You need to eat 5 meals a day, blood." I was like, 5 meals a day? They're like, "Yeah, 5 meals a day. Just make sure you're training every day, blood." So, literally, I started eating 5 meals a day. Started training, doing like little weight work, more on the machines and stuff. And I remember I come back to London now. See them and stuff, and they were like, "Raw." Like, I'm like, "What?" They're like, "You're getting kind of." I'm saying, "Am I getting big for real?" They were like, "You're getting kind of." I'm like. But you're thinking, no, I'm not. Like, because you don't really see the difference.
Yeah. We were talking about that,
And then that's when it started. And then if I'm really honest, when I got into presenting and stuff, bro, I was up and down so much and just so focused on trying to build this thing that I wasn't really doing no training. One of my my god brother, he's massively into the gym. He's been into the gym for years. And he'd be trying to draw me out, and he used to do like hit with me sometimes. He'd catch me and do some hit sessions in the park and kill me. Like, I'm on the floor, like gasping. But I never did it seriously. And then... It's only been a couple of years, you know.
Because it looked like you've been doing it forever, bro.
Nah, it's been a couple of years. It's probably been more years than I realized. It's been about... I've been consistent in the gym maybe now for about 4 or 5 years. Maybe even just 4. And I think what started it is that I was going on trips and stuff. No, do you know what happened? Yeah, I remember what happened.
Right.
I got a taste card. Yeah.
A taste card.
Yeah, and my partner at the time, we were just going around and eating because taste cards allow you to eat at certain restaurants for like half the price.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. My brothers were so hood with that.
Yeah. So I was going to bare restaurants, I'll be scouting bare restaurants that we could go to and get like some like that look good, and I was going to bare restaurants and eating some amazing food at bare different places. But then what you don't realize is when you're eating out so much, that puts weight on you, bro. And so me and my ex-partner, we went to, I think it was Dominican Republic, and I remember when I went to go put on some of my summer stuff, I was like, what the
what the fuck is this?
Bro, like my waist size had gone up like 2 sizes.
Wow.
I was like, what the is going on?
Yeah.
So I had to go and buy a whole new wardrobe of clothes. I remember I still had some of them shorts and shit that I can't even wear them no more. And like they were so big, and I had to go and buy a whole new wardrobe of clothes. And I was like, no, I need to do something about this. Right. So I went on a holiday where I felt a bit uncomfortable with my body. And then when I came back, I just started gymming. Because I realized the importance of not just looking, but feeling and being well and healthy. And so I've just been on it. And then obviously you start to see some differences. You start to see, at first you kind of like the responses. Oh, you're kind of, I'm like, yeah, I kind of am, I guess. Yeah. And then you like, so it kind of gives you a motivation. And then you start training with people.
Right.
So when you got training partners and stuff like that, it also helps. And also when you get into the gym at first, everyone's very nervous. But then because people see you so regularly, you start to become friendly with those who work in the gym and those who go to the gym, and then so the gym just comes like a part of your life, part of your lifestyle. You know, you go in there, hey, get to work, You feel so much better as well for your day, as well. You need to, or even to finish your day. You feel stronger. You feel more healthy. You see certain benefits, and yeah, and I just been keeping it going since then, bro. It's very important to take care of our mind and our body.
It's funny you say that, like a perfect segue, because obviously for the past year and a half, like corona being here, and everyone having to be at home, and obviously you being a presenter and TV host, like you're always about doing things, and obviously as soon as Boris said you have to be at home, and the past year and a half, obviously you've been dealing with like issues like with kids taking drugs and knife crime, and people that have died and stuff like that. So flip it on the other side now, like we've all had to be here at home and not do nothing. So how did that play on an effect as far as like your mental health, like in a sense, and how do you manage to keep on top of it?
It's very difficult. I think it was very difficult. And I spoke to a few of my contemporaries as well, fellow presenters, fellow personalities, artists, and a lot of people like really were struggling. Some people completely just disappeared for a while. I think in terms of me, how did I deal with it? Like, I think, what did I do? Do you know what it is? Okay, I'll tell you what I did. At first, I wasn't dealing with it. I was struggling really badly. I'll be honest with you. And then I had to start to understand. Do you know what I really did? I did what you just told me, actually. I started to think about controlling the controllable. I started to understand, hold on a second, what can I do here? Like, I can't do this, that, and the other. So I have to understand that, get my mind around the fact that, and also when things get cancelled, like I had certain projects and stuff where I was going to be paid for certain projects and stuff that I was going to be doing that obviously take care of my livelihood, and they're cancelled. But I had to understand, okay, Roach, what can we do? What can't we do? I had to get comfortable with the fact that there's things that I couldn't control. In my life, my life, I like to have control over what I'm doing and the variables of what affect me and what I'm doing.
Oh Lord, do I know about it?
Yeah, but then I've come to a position now where I don't have any control over those variables. Like, things are up in the air. Anything can happen, and for the most part, nothing's happening. So once I got my head around the fact that, look, Roach, you can't be in control of things like how you usually are, that's when I started to kind of get into a mindset to be able to allow me to deal with things and to have some sort of control over my mental health, and that is what allowed me. And then obviously I got into running. I got into home workouts and in the garden workouts and outside workouts. That helped me as well. I was running like every day. Everyone used to comment on it. Like every time I see people, oh, you still running? Like, because every morning I'd run, I put it on my story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like little things like that, man. Finding new procedure, finding new habit, and yeah, my life changed a lot over lockdown, as you know. Like, you know what I mean? My life changed.
I mean, the more wench you become from that shit, come on, man.
I'm in a whole different space now.
Right.
And in many ways, like, I think we were all like, fuck COVID, but in many ways, I'm like, thank you, COVID, for some things. Like, COVID brought about some really new chapters in my life that I can't even imagine not being where I am now. So I'm thankful in many ways, and yeah, man, we move.
Yeah, well, we certainly are moving, because I mean, I'm muted.
Yeah.
Was that the follow up from like What's Up TV?
Yeah.
What was the situation
Well,
there?
actually, what happened is that it was decided between Sky Arts wanted to kind of like, they liked what we were doing and they wanted to bring it over to their channel, but obviously with them being an art channel, the show would have needed a rebrand, because it needed to have a little bit more of an art. It needed to be a little bit more of an arts inclusion, and it also needed to kind of like just be new. And so it was quite exciting, a little bit scary. We completely rebranded the show, new stage, new design, new way of approach, new studio, new everything. Also, because it's after 10, could be a little bit more risque as well, could be a little bit more naughty, you know what I mean?
I mean, you got KSI on the show. I mean, obviously, you know, I mean, he's calm for the most part anyway. Like, if it's daytime, he holds it down, but on his YouTube, all filters are off.
Yeah,
mate.
he's a madman. Yeah. But he's sick. He's doing so well as well. #1 album, all sorts of crazy stuff are going on in his life. He's killing life. But yeah, man, and Unmuted came about, and yeah, man, I'm loving it, man.
I can see you.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of the shows.
I just have fun.
Yeah.
Like, one thing that's what I love about this shit, man, is like, literally, bro, you can turn up, have fun, and just get paid for it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, I come from the trenches, bro. Like, I come from a place where people are doing or had to do some of the most. Well, I say had. Some people won't agree with that because they'll say that there's always alternative ways. But people find themselves in situations where they were doing things that were, the most fucked up things for money. Bro, like, did I think that I was gonna be in a situation where I could walk into a studio in front of a camera and have a genuine laugh and get paid for it, bro? That wasn't. I would have told you to f off.
Yeah. Exactly.
That would have been so far from my mind or from my possibilities. So I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Like wherever the journey goes, I'm grateful. I've had an amazing time. I'm still having an amazing time. God has blessed me. I have to be grateful. And I am. And we move, man.
Yeah. and God has blessed you in other ways as well. I mean, because you're a good chef, I can see. You know what I mean? I've seen you on your stories from before.
Yeah, I'll be cooking it up, man.
Yeah, there used to be times I see on the stories that you would be in your kitchen and you would do like, proper Bayesian sort of dishes and stuff like that. And I even seen like a clip where like you were doing, can't remember what it was for, but like it was like a cooking segment that you were doing recently. And it was like you had macaroni and cheese there and other things
and fish cakes. Yeah, that was for the Black History School.
Right.
I've got a new cooking video coming out with them actually. But I've let somebody else take the lead. He's actually from, where's he from originally? He is from Guyana originally, but he was raised in the Virgin Islands.
Right.
And he's doing roti from scratch. We cook roti from scratch. Roti is you know.
Yeah. No, I'm aware of roti. Yeah.
And then we do like curry chicken as well, but we did it in his. I was gonna do it's supposed to be my way,
right?
But because he said he had his whole way where he creates his own paste, I was like, let's do your way. Let me see it. So I'm more of a sous chef in this video, but it's sick.
Yeah.
And I make a wicked roti as well. He was like, raw, that's really good. I'm like, yeah, man. Listen,
I was gonna ask you actually, like, what are your top 3 Bayesian dishes that you can conjure up, or what's your best dishes in general that you can conjure up?
Jesus Lord, man. All right.
I always catch you off guard somehow or another.
All right, I do a really good macaroni pie.
Oh, macaroni pie. That sounds live.
In Barbados, we call it macaroni pie. It's macaroni and cheese.
Oh, macaroni and cheese. Okay.
Yeah, but it's because they take it real serious. So it's called a pie.
Intense.
Yeah, very. Do you know what? Yeah, it's not Bajan now, but I've got some new things that I've added to my repertoire that are really good. I do wicked fried lemon pepper chicken. So like fried lemon pepper wings.
Oh my god, that's almost some Nando shit.
Yeah, like I found it's actually an American kind of thing. It's actually in a lot of their and I found a way because I love lemon pepper wings. But I found a way. Well, I found out how to do them and I do them myself. And mine tastes nice because the actual batter is seasoned, the chicken is seasoned, and then the lemon pepper is like coating over it. Yeah, it's crazy.
You're making me hungry, man. Shit.
And you know what? Yeah. I've only done it a couple of times, but it tastes really. I do a good oxtail now. Oxtail and butter beans.
Jesus.
Yeah. Like, I've done it about 3 or 4 times now, but it just tastes. It tasted better every time I've done it. I'm like, even I'm like, even the other day I found a new thing that I've done something new for my girl, called it's basically like a stewed tuna. Yeah, like it's just like tuna with like the onions and tomatoes and stuff, and like cooked up, and then it's like seasoned.
Hey, listen, you gotta give me a gift package, man. Like it's just a small couple of tubs. Just send it my way, and I gotta learn for myself, brother.
Yeah, nah. Do you know what? It's something that I think that I'm gonna maybe try and explore more as time goes on, because I like cooking, man, and I like showing people how to cook. Like, even one of my friends, like my artist that I work with called Preds UK. He wasn't really a cook. I showed him just how easy it is to make brown stew chicken.
Right.
Showed this guy once. This guy's in the kitchen all the time now, coming up with new things, doing his own things.
And he's out showing you now.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
He can't beat me, you know.
He can't beat me, boy.
He can't beat me.
But it's impressive, and it just goes to show you just how easy cooking is.
Right.
You just break it down. Somebody show them just how simple the processes are, and then they take it upon themselves and start doing it. I love that. So if I can do that and inspire more people to just get in the kitchen and start, especially man, then we should be cooking.
Yeah.
A lot of men are on this thing where Gala got to cook for me. Like they go to different girls' houses to make girls cook for them and stuff like that. That's dead.
Oh,
get in the kitchen and cook for your woman as well.
Hey,
man.
listen, I'm trying different things. I'm doing like what's it called? Tuna chunks. But the way I do it is just I put like seasoning in it. I put like onions in it, oil in it, bit of barbecue sauce in it, a bit of tomato puree, a bit of garlic puree.
Okay,
put it all together, And listen, my mum, every time like I cook it for her, she's like, "No, you're cooking for me, man. I'm not doing
bro.
no more in the kitchen.
Yeah,
You're done."
bro.
I shouldn't have done that so soon.
Nah, bro, that's good. What you should try next year is rather than using the purees, use the real garlic and use a real tomato.
I actually do that sometimes,
Good,
especially with the garlic.
Yeah,
I do with the garlic.
garlic is real garlic is, bro.
Listen, we could go all day on that sort of stuff, man, but it's crazy. If you had a chance to talk to your 2011 self when you started SBTV, what would be anything that you would change? If there's anything you would change.
Okay, I would tell him, listen, it's not the streets, so you don't need to be so loyal. First thing. Second thing I'll say is make sure you are creating your own. Yeah?
Straight.
Make sure you're creating your own. One thing that I didn't do is I didn't create my own. I didn't start doing my own content. I was just dedicated to being a workhorse for somebody else. So there's nothing wrong with it because I loved it. I enjoyed it. And that's my family for life. But I realized I didn't see just how viable and how important YouTube would be to careers. I should have been creating my own content alongside having my own channel, and by now I would have, it would have had hella subscribers that I could have monetized and created opportunities with as well. And also at the time as well, people would approach me and stuff to do things for other places. I used to think it was being disloyal, so I would say no. Nowadays we're in a time where people would go across all platforms and do different contents and stuff.
True.
You know what I mean? I should have thought like that, but coming from the streets, it was always like, if someone gives you an opportunity, you're loyal to that person, you're loyal to your faction where you come from. So I was like a SBTV soldier.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You ran with them.
Yeah.
You were one of the faces at one point,
Yeah,
like
bro.
literally, like
Yeah,
obviously Jamal is the face of
Come on,
SBTV,
my bro.
but you literally showed your face a lot.
Yeah, bro. So like, yeah, but I don't regret it, but it's things that I should have been adding to who I was.
Yeah.
And I'd also say get ready,
Yeah.
because it's
I hear
going
you.
to be a tumultuous ride. More downs than ups, but make sure you're mentally ready.
Yeah. And I could see you're still ready now. Like,
Yeah, come
I mean, be truthful with me as well, because
Yeah.
obviously, like, I know my birthday's Christmas Day.
Yep.
Your birthday's Boxing Day.
Yep.
So is it Roachmas Day that you call it?
Roachmas,
Roachmas
yeah,
Day
yeah.
that you call it? Yeah. You're defining your own holiday.
Yeah,
so
come on.
then was there.
Holiday.
Be truthful with me. Do you get like birthday presents only on your birthday, or do you get Christmas presents and then birthday presents, or is that just a myth?
Bro, I don't get none, son. I don't get nothing. I don't get nothing, man. People forget, but big up my girl though. She made sure that she said, and I'm not allowed to open the birthday gifts until my birthday. I'm very unruly, so like even when I was,
let me get all the presents now.
Even when I was young, like I'll be tearing holes in them and turning them around and that. You know what I mean? I'm unruly, bro. I need to see what's happening. But yeah, she bought me individual gifts for the Christmas and then for my birthday, and I have to
You have to respect that.
Yeah, I've never really received that many presents, so whenever I do get stuff, I'm really grateful, bro. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, I've got to the age now where it's like it's not all about me. You know what I mean? I don't really mind. You know what I mean? I don't really need anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm good, man.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, you're blessed in all ways, man. You got the Hoodrich, you don't need anything else. I mean, are we bringing back Roach Real Talk as well?
Oh man.
Because I know I've seen like quite a few episodes on the YouTube,
Yeah,
and you had some momentum, like, and you kind of
Yeah.
stopped. So are we bringing it back?
COVID killed me, man.
Right.
COVID
You
killed me.
could have done it remotely though.
I could have made it like some sort of like a Zoom.
Yeah.
But I don't really like those. I don't like watching those.
you
myself.
like being in the
I like
room with
being in
someone,
the So,
yeah.
but do you know what? I've actually got, and I had a plan to bring back Roach Real Talk, but in a different way, in
Right.
a very interesting way with some quite very interesting names. But because things were still up in the air, and one of the people had to leave the country, to go do some works abroad, it didn't happen. But Roach Real Talk still has got plans to come back in a way that it will reflect my new chapter in life.
Right. So
Yeah.
what it was at the previous time was in a different part of your life. Now it's like
Yeah.
it's reflecting
So
on what it is
what,
now.
what we'll be talking about is in direct reference to this new chapter in my life where I am right now.
Jeez.
So it's very, very interesting. It's something that you haven't seen, especially from young black men in this industry, sitting down talking about. And so I'm very excited to do that. I don't want to say it because I don't want anyone to steal it.
But we get. There's some moves coming from it.
But I'm just waiting. I'm just making sure that I get my. I need to pattern up myself because obviously we creators, we took a big hit, man. We took a big hit with COVID.
Yes.
I'm getting back onto my feet once I'm patterned in the way that I need things to be. then I can be more free with my time and my own projects.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, look, big up yourself. Like, there's so many gems in this conversation. I've learned so much from you today. Like, I learn from you every time I see you. Even if it's just like 2 minutes, I learn from something. Like, even if it's at an event or something. That's why I fuck with you heavy. Because you know, you're a guy of substance.
Thank
you know what I mean?
bro.
And I appreciate like all the work you've done over the years. And I mean, you're even nominated again, National Diversity Awards.
Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
man.
you'll probably be nominated for the next 5-10 years to come at this point. You know what I mean?
Boy.
You're part of the furniture at this point.
I hope so. God willing, man. It's not all about awards, but I really do appreciate the recognition. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, definitely is, man. Well, last thing before I let you go, and I do this with every artist. Well, I haven't done it for the past recently, but I'm a bit of a Twitter stalker, so I always go through people's tweets, and there's some interesting shit that you put up. I mean, yo, we're gonna get into some shit. So, just to, you know, I'll say out the tweet, and you just elaborate, just for our audience, just to get your perspective for what you meant when you said it at the time. Is that cool with you?
Do you know my Twitter is like my deepest darkest thought. Sometimes I just put it out there.
I mean, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. So
Cool.
the first one is: imagine being the recipient of scathing backlash for expressing being against fakery. # generation is fucked. I mean, true story though.
Do you know what though? Yeah, that was I watched a little bit of Love Island, right? And I seen my man Hugh, even though he's an idiot now, but like my man stated basically that he doesn't really like fakeness. Yeah,
Right.
like, you know, like the fake, all the additives that unfortunately a lot of young women are feeling they have to do to their faces and their bodies,
Right.
to feel beautiful. And he was just saying that he just prefers women not to be fake. Bro, these gal in there got mad because they've all got the duck lip and them things. Nah, that's rude. I shouldn't say it. But
you get it.
They've all got stuff done, and they got really, really angry. And I'm like, but why are we getting so angry? Imagine. So I said, imagine receiving scathing backlash for just saying that you don't like things to be fake. Like, if anything, you know, do what you want to yourself, but you shouldn't be trying to push that fake narrative onto people and make someone feel bad when they say they don't like it. We don't want for these young girls to be having feeling that they have to do these crazy things to their face. We're still developing.
Yeah.
I'm sure women continue growing and developing until they're 25. So you might continually grow and develop in your face and stuff, but you've changed it before you've given yourself a chance to develop into what your face might be.
That's
so
true.
I just felt like they were just wrong for like completely getting onto my man about saying he doesn't like things to be fake. I think he's right.
Yeah. No, I hear that, and I think, like, you know, as men, like, I can only speak for myself and men in general. Like, from what I've seen, like, the older we get, the more distinctive we get.
Yeah.
As far as like features and stuff.
Give yourself a chance, man. We don't and for the most part, we don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, not that you're doing it for us, you're doing it for yourselves. Like, just
Yeah.
I just want women to embrace themselves and not feel like they have to change themselves, especially because of some portion of men who put pressure on them and say that they, you know that they're not beautiful. Embrace your beauty, man.
Yeah, I've learned that nothing is perfect. So why are you chasing something that you know is never going to be perfect?
But there are some men who pressurize that
Yeah.
onto women and make them feel like they have to go and do these things, and those men are disgusting as well. I just don't like for young women to feel like hate within themselves at themselves because of how they look. I want people to embrace their natural self, and we should embrace them too. No. And there's beauty in people of all kinds, shapes, sizes.
Yeah, God bless on that. Next one is white chocolate Toblerone is starting to become a hindrance to my progress and fitness in life. Why is it so scrumptiously irresistible?
Scrumptious,
I love white chocolate though, I will admit.
Bro, I've got 2 bars in my cupboard right now.
One of them cheat days, yeah?
Who made that, blood? You're a devil. That thing is so nice, blood. Why does it taste so good, fam? Hey, white chocolate Toblerone, shout me in the car. Look, I just want to come to the factory or something. I just want to lick a spoon.
Yeah, you know how Chunks said, sponsor me.
Yeah, blood. It's bad for me, but I'll do it for free.
Yeah. Just get all the chocolates, man.
Not free. No freeness. But anyway.
Well, no freeness. But,
go on.
If you get freeness, it's fine.
Yeah.
Next one is just saw an advert with 2 pretend lizards looking into a mirror together saying they are a painting. I am baff. What is going on there? When I read that tweet, I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on there?
Brad, the 2 lizards, yeah? They go, raw, look at them. And then the other one goes, they are painting. I'm like, what? Blood, who's writing this shit, blood? First of all, man, I've never used peng for a guy. I'm not gonna lie, I've never used that word.
I've used it a few times, but that was in.
But bro, but who says peng ting though?
Nah, I don't say that.
They're peng tings. if you talk about they are peng tings. 2 people can't be a peng ting.
Combining that, yeah, mad.
No, there are paintings, bro. Like, who's writing these things? I know who's writing it, and he's not from where we're from. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Well, there one's there. Literally, someone in the office that found it from someone and then just went,
bro.
Anyway, we move on. Keith Sweat got to go down as an all-time legend, innit? And obviously, this is in relation to the Bobby Brown versus Keith Sweat. I mean, I have to agree. He has got a massive catalogue. A massive catalogue. I actually, one of the first R&B stars that my mum introduced me was Keith Sweat.
Bro. And even how he was still moving. He still had he's a bit awkward, but he's like, baby, why? I'm just like, right, he's still moving it.
You know, my loving baby.
Yeah, bro, come on, man. Keith Sweat's a legend. Blah, blah. The reason I said that is because I'm like, do you know what? Some of these people, I'm reading this, probably don't even know who Keith Sweat is. But they should do. Keith Sweat is a legend, bro.
But I think we're in a generation where it's like TikTok, like we figure about the here and now and not looking to the past and that. So maybe what you said about fakery earlier, and everyone's like in the current generation are looking into things like that. So
it's a shame.
It's crazy. I've come to the realization that Amapiano is life. What? Talk to me, like, talk to me.
Amapiano is the most glorious form of music that we have. It's from South Africa.
Yeah. But
bro, like, to be honest, I think it was made just for me. Because I've been listening
specifically for you, no one else.
I've been listening to South African house for years now. Like, I love it. So when I heard this new, this variation that they call Amapiano in South Africa, I'm just like, oh, bro, it's because it's got the soulfulness, but then it's got this mad bass line drop. Dum 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 dum. It's just, it's beautiful music, bro, and it's getting massive. It's over here now. It's getting big, and when I was saying it, there wasn't getting many retweets or likes as it, but people know what it is now. Amapiano is amazing, bro. Amazing form of music. Do you know what it is? As you get older, you just want to listen to some music that makes you feel calm, positive vibes, and just like, you know what I mean? Just a nice one. Like, don't get me wrong, I like listening to a bit of like drill and a little bit of like, I want to do this to him and do that. I can't lie. I like a little bit of that as well. I like a bit of violence.
Yeah, I mean, we all do in some way, yeah.
But I also, for the most part, I like to have some smooth, beautiful music. And South Africa, they've got it on lock right now. Big up the South Africans, you lot are killing it.
Crazy, they are killing it as well. Even with the Afro house,
bro. That's what I'm saying. I love Afro house, but then Amapiano now as well, bro. I want to go over there. I want to experience it for myself.
I mean, you seem to be like the first. You know, you said about like what's Soldier Boy like being the first, like. You seem to be like the first of picking up shit like this. Imagine you being the Soldier Boy.
Drake. Come on, man.
Fuck Drake. No, I'm joking. Two more. Whoever the first person was to take a piece of chicken, coat it, and fry it, what a genius!
What a genius!
Yeah.
What?
He dropped his mic.
Who did it? Who did it? You're a flipping genius. Oh, I had just finished making some lemon pepper wings. I fried them, and then I was just like, my gosh, what an amazing creation. Like putting flour with seasoning onto a chicken and putting it into deep fried oil. I'm going crazy.
Even the flies are attracted to the whole idea.
Like, oh my God, bro. Yeah, I love it, man.
All right, well, last one.
Yeah.
Last one. And I don't know why, but we move anyway. That VIP stuff really works, innit?
It does. It does.
Does it honestly?
Bro, have you used it before?
I had like I would say like a cheaper version of like that.
Bro,
you know, once you get to the pound shop.
poo. Big up my girl, man. She put me onto that. Big up my girl. Like, VI poo is excellent. Especially for you guys out there who are like me, who cook, who eat very seasoned and spicy foods.
And obviously those VI poo appointments are needed.
And you're regular in the toilet.
Right.
Literally, it's a small little bottle. No odors.
Yeah.
Just freshness everywhere. Big up VI poo. I will also do the sponsorship if you need it as well.
Man's on the VIP stuff, yeah. So like, I don't know if it be Hoodrich or VIP or anything else.
I'll have a white chocolate Toblerone and then I'll VIP after. You know what I mean? It all makes sense. Hit me up and we can make it.
Hey,
work.
So that could be like your 3 ultimate goals at this point.
Brand collaborations.
VIP
is all a cycle.
Hey, listen. Life. And if you're the first person to really bring it into the force even more, we'll have this conversation again, Soldier Boy.
I got to talk to Soldier Boy. You know, we need to speak. I feel like we've got things in common. But yeah,
Trust me. Well, I mean, we've been. I forgot what time it was, bro.
bro, who cares?
I mean,
We're having fun.
I was like, who
You know
fucking
what I mean? Who
cares?
cares? We're having fun.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it's always a pleasure to chat with you, bro. And then
thank you, man.
all real talk, man. Like seriously, like every time I see you, like I said before, is I feel. Like I said earlier, it's like an honor to always chat with you.
Thank you, bro.
And always a pleasure to speak with you. And obviously we've been chatting in the DMs as well. And I just feel it's like, oh, Aaron wants to talk to me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
on.
But I appreciate your journey. I
Thank
appreciate everything you got to now, and even the new stage in your life that
Thank
you're
you,
going.
bro. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Don't become too wench.
No. And guys, look, check out Unmuted. I don't know when this is coming out, but it comes out Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on Sky Arts. You might need to watch it on catch up, depending when this comes out. Also, check out the Black History School UK. It's an amazing project. I'm part of that as well. I'm doing some interesting things in there: cooking, acting, a bit of singing, all type of crazy stuff in there, presenting. Like, it's crazy. I'm just contributing to creating content for younger ones to know about their self and their history. Look out for me in the Voice newspaper. I'm going to be featured in the Voice newspaper at the front of their supplement in the Voice newspaper, coming out this Thursday. Don't know when this is coming out, so just research it at that time. Put in my name and put in the Voice newspaper. They're doing a big feature on me. It's amazing. And also look out for my documentary on BBC in October about black business. And yeah, man, that's everything.
See how you're good, yeah? Because
Yeah.
I didn't even ask you. Like, I didn't even ask you. I was going to ask about, where can people catch you in your socials? You did it before I even had a chance to say it, and you knew where to point to as well.
Because I always forget, and I do something. I'm
because
like,
it's that presenter mode that you're doing, isn't it?
I should have spoke about, even when I did Tinchi's thing, I should have spoke about what I'm doing, but I just get so into the conversation I forget to do that sometimes. So I had to make sure I do it this time. Thank you, Jay.
Just to let me finish on the part, like,
Yeah.
where can I mean, obviously, all the projects you're doing, but where can they catch you on the socials as well?
Aaron Roach Bridgeman on the Facebooks, the Instagram, A Roach Bridgeman on Twitter, and everything. I'll just type in my name, Aaron Roach Bridgeman, into Google, and like things will come up. And yeah, watch the shows, man. Check out my documentaries if you haven't seen them, and just stay up to date with the journey, man. It's been an amazing one. It's gonna get more amazing, God willing, inshallah.
Well,
Yeah.
as always, a pleasure, brother.
Thank you, brother.
As always, man.
Love.